The 4th and 15 rule in the NFL. Let's hit on this a little bit here. I loved the idea. I absolutely loved the idea of the onside kick is not what it used to be anymore. It's now 1 out of every 10 chances make it. The concept of using the onside kick in a manner that we grew up with it and seeing it being successful, that's gone. That's history. Now that the player safety rules have been put in place for kicking off and how many people need to be on certain sides of the ball, and you can't run up to the line of scrimmage. You've really got to get a flat-footed start to go get a ball that as soon as it's kicked is up in the air, already 15 feet away from the human being that's starting from a flat-footed stance. And whoever's standing there waiting the arms, the ball's closer to whoever it's usually whoever you're trying to avoid getting possession of. It stinks. It's like the penny. You just leave it there for others. You don't need it. You don't use it. It's useless. So let's come up with this idea that we saw in the AAF of let's go for it on 4th and 15. Problem is the ability to make that is much greater than the 10%. I think it's somewhere between 20 and 30%. And then you give in the fact that any defensive penalty would automatically give a first down to the team that's attempting it. And then you throw in the fact that the defense that's out there on the field, it would make sense, has just been out there on the field for several minutes at a time because they just got scored on. Sure, there can be a short field or there could be a quick strike 80-yarder or something like that. But invariably, the defense has just been scored on after exerting a lot of energy. Now they're out there on the field against, say, an offense on a roll like the Chiefs. And you put all that together, and I think teams in the NFL, well, there's also one thing also working against it too. Just the old guard saying, I don't like it.
Right, like Zimmer yesterday.
I don't like it. I'm a traditionalist. So it looks like we're going back to the old drawing board, not on 4th and 15, but on the onside kick. Let's tinker with that a little bit to get the odds up from 10%. And to that, I say I don't like it. I'd rather tinker with the 4th and 15 concept. I'd rather make it 4th and 17, move it back, 4th and 18.
Right.
You move it a couple yards, then you mess with the percentage in a way that makes it tougher. And a defensive penalty doesn't automatically give the team a fresh set of downs. What it would do would give them one more shot at it, but with the yardage being applied. Now, the unintended consequence there, let's just game this out, Chris, just for conversation's sake here on a Friday.
Let's do it.
Would you purposefully, if you're beaten, just yank somebody down knowing that you don't still give full possession of the ball back? But what if it's a spot foul? What if you throw it 35 yards down the field and it's just a full-on pass interference? Do you go college football, it's 15 yards, and you try again? Do you go, like, if it's pass interference, then it's now actually a 4th and 5 attempt? It's 10 yards. Now it's just now the odds are even greater. Do you know why they changed it from a timed down to an untimed down?
So a team with the lead doesn't just do this and run off the last few seconds of the game?
That's correct. Yeah. Use it as an opportunity to just do, hey, here's what you do.
Right.
Get the ball,
and run
around, and then run out of the end zone, and we'll win by 1 as opposed to 3, and the only people who are pissed who have had the team to win by 2.5. You know? So everybody's always gaming out what's the unintended consequence, or WWBD, what would Belichick do? Because he'll always find whatever the loophole is and drive a Patriot Mack truck through it.
And then the rule gets changed 2 years later.
Like it just did now.
Yeah.
About using pre-snap penalties in your favor to run a clock down.
Yeah, I like the idea of you can't get a first down from it, but if there is a defensive penalty, you still have to try the fourth down again. You need to complete the play.
I understand.
You can't get bailed out from defensive holding on the other side of the field.
But what if it is a full-on, I'm going to take my huge game-changing wide receiver, throw it a 50-50 ball
Like Julio
in the direction,
Jones.
right. Throw it in that direction because I've got a matchup that I know I can exploit. That guy pulls on Julio Jones and I got myself a first down, and it's a total blatant pass interference, and it is a rightful call. That's pass interference, and it's 40 yards down the field. Do you give him one more shot now from that 40? Is it a spot foul, but you still have to make another first down to get it?
Yeah, you can't be bailed out. You get the ball way down there because the defense did commit a penalty.
Is it 4th and 15
but it's
again?
4th and 15 again. You got to complete the play.
Unless you're close enough to kick a field goal by that point, and you're only down by 2.
Can't kick a field goal.
So then the unintended consequences, defense could do whatever the hell they want to somebody, and then that's the end of that.
But it's an untimed down, so they're still going to have a play to run. Eventually, you have to play defense and either stop them or they get the right yardage, or if they're going down the field like that kind of penalties, get in the end zone.
I would love to figure it out because I'm so sick and tired of the onside kick.
Yeah, it's
I'm
stupid.
over the onside kick. The onside kick is so rare that it works because the kicker kicked it in a manner that the ball popped up and somebody made a great athletic play on the hands team to recover it. Invariably, it's just some guy, the ball finds some guy, and that person becomes the absolute GOAT because it hit them in the shin, or it's just some sort of weird-ass play. I'd rather
Who was that
see,
dude on the Packers who was the GOAT that year?
I'd rather see a competitive fourth down play and an offensive play. I'd rather see that. The other coaches and the general managers and the owners apparently did not, and they tabled it, meaning that if there's another owners meeting that, by the way, is not yet scheduled, it could be brought up. So it ain't happening for this year. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.